Are the Los Angeles Dodgers ruining baseball in their pursuit of glory? Let's talk about it.
And it's blocked! Oh my goodness, the Packers block it, and they're gonna win!
Welcome back to Second City Sports Talk. I'm Wyatt Bohmeyer. I'm back at it here in my dorm room. The aesthetic is still pretty ugly. I mean, no offense to my roommate, but that wall is pretty barren. It's beautiful in its own aspect, but still could use some more decorations. But nonetheless, I am here. Another very intriguing topic on my radio show here at ASU on Blaze Radio. We have a baseball show called The Senior Circuit. Listen in Arizona time, 7 to 8 p.m. on Sunday nights. And I was posed this very interesting question as our, intro segment. And look, the Los Angeles Dodgers are a juggernaut of a team. They are most likely going to break the MLB all-time season win total, which was set by the 2001 Seattle Mariners with 116 victories. And look, the rotation, probably one of the best of all time. You're talking about at the top, Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Tyler Glasnow, Blake Snell. People forget that he signed with the Dodgers. And of course, the newest acquisition, Roy Sasaki. And look, there are no rules that say you can't spend money. There is no salary cap in baseball. There is a luxury tax. Currently, the Dodgers are $150 million, around $150 million over that luxury tax threshold. And look, some may say this is great for baseball, and some may say it is the death of baseball. One of the beautiful things about this sport is that there is no salary cap. And compared to pretty much every other league in North American sports, like I said, there is no salary cap, which means that teams can just keep spending and spending and spending. And you know what? Teams like the Los Angeles Dodgers, the New York Mets, the New York Yankees, the Philadelphia Phillies, and the San Diego Padres, to a certain extent, have all obliged by this theory. You can just keep spending and no one's going to stop you. Yes, you're going to get taxed, but when you're a multi-billion-dollar organization, that tax means nothing. And then at the opposite end of the spectrum, you have teams like the Miami Marlins, Tampa Bay Rays, and Cincinnati Reds and Pittsburgh Pirates, who don't spend any money whatsoever. As a matter of fact, the Miami Marlins have not spent a single MLB dollar, yes, a single dollar on an MLB contract this offseason, and they're going to be the worst team in baseball. And that begs the question, do the Dodgers, by spending almost, $150 million over the next closest team in money, should they be allowed to do this? And I think the answer, there really isn't one answer. There's multiple sides you can take. Some people will say that, it's great, they're spending money, they have every right to do so. But then you have people saying, look at the Marlins. They can't compete. No matter what they do, no matter how good their prospects are, no matter how well their players play, they're never going to catch up. And that is a huge problem. Now, the way I view this situation, I don't see it as an absolute. And what that means is that there is not one correct answer. I firmly believe that any baseball team has the right to spend money. And you know what? Good for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Their fans, who get a lot of slack, still show up, and you know what? They should not be complaining about their team winning. There are tons of other franchises, like, of course, the Chicago Cubs here, or even the Chicago White Sox. That's even worse. That's an even worse example, who don't spend compared to the Los Angeles Dodgers when, they can't. And I know Tom Ricketts at Cubs Convention this weekend said, we're just trying to break even. Come on now. That is so disrespectful to the fans. We're trying to break even. You're the fourth most valuable franchise in Major League Baseball. Act like it. You're making over $200 million a season off of fans buying $20 beer, $12 hot dogs, and the most expensive tickets in baseball. Come on, that sounds idiotic to say that. The Los Angeles Dodgers, yes, can spend more money than you. But what the Cubs are currently doing, saying that they need to break even, is ludicrous and disrespectful to the fans. Sorry, that was a tangent right there. But anyways, the Los Angeles Dodgers have every right to spend the money they do, and no one should be able to stop them because the rules say you can do it. And that's part of the issue. And what I mean by that is that's the other side of the coin. The rules are broken. The 2026 collective bargaining agreement will be pivotal in fixing these rules. Now, what I mean by this is teams can spend infinite amount of money, which means they can be like the Los Angeles Dodgers and never stop, or the Miami Marlins and never spend a dime. This has created such a polarization of teams, and just the talent gap between said Dodgers and said Marlins has never been any bigger, which means this is a huge problem for the integrity of the league and the competitiveness of the league. You cannot have teams spending over $300 million more than their opponents. It's just not fair. And like I said, yes, currently, you can do this. There is no rule saying you have to spend money, or no rule saying that there's a limit to spending money. And that's the problem. There is no rule. There should be a rule. The league is too polar. There are too many teams not spending enough money and not enough teams spending crazy money. And then you have your three teams, the Dodgers, Mets, and Yankees, spending that ludicrous amount of money. This is a problem. The competitive balance of the league has been thrown off, and that's a huge issue that needs to be fixed. And the answer to that could be a salary floor, could be some sort of progressive salary cap. I'm not quite sure how that would work, but at the end of the day, the 2026 CBA is probably going to result in a lockout because A, the players are not going to want a salary cap, and B, the owners are probably going to want a salary cap. And when the owners and players can't get along, well, see 2022, see 1994. Things do not work out well. And unfortunately, the game in the economics of baseball are broken right now and need to be fixed. And the only way in my mind to fix that is to insert and implement some sort of progressive or just salary cap in some way to limit teams from spending infinite gobs of money, as well as teams not spending enough money. Because right now, the gap is larger than ever. It is way too big, and it is quite problematic for, the collective balance and the overall balance of the league. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. There is not really a right answer to this question, but at the end of the day, I am a fan of a large market team that acts like a mid-market team, and it's just frustrating to see the Los Angeles Dodgers, New York Mets, and New York Yankees spend cash loads, barrels, trucks full of money when the Cubs are saying that they want to break even. It's not fair. It needs to be addressed. And knowing Rob Manfred, I don't think that's happening. Let me know what you guys think.